As season 1 of Batwoman concluded, many people started to wonder, is this show actually any good? And today, I'm going to be answering that question and my overall opinion on the show, as well as season 1 review. And before we get started, if you do like this content and want to see more from this channel, please do make sure to subscribe and like and turn on post notifications. Now let's go on with the video. So yes, I do think the show was a very good one to start off with. And I feel like this show had the most unfortunate events of having to deal with the biggest crossover in TV history, and then had to deal with it within the first season. And I do feel like that's unfortunate. And yeah, it's sad that I had to go through this, but at the same time, it did cause some other problems in terms of other plot threads. But really, that's not too much of a big criticism I have of the show. I feel like what most people have criticism with is the fact that she might be gay, but I feel like that's not the real reason. I think that many people do support the idea of this being the first openly gay TV show with the main lead, and I think that's a very good idea. So I'm going to talk about all the things that are good, all the things that are bad, and really we're just going to go why this season was what it really was. So let's talk about the villains. So the main overall villain was Alice, who is Kate's no, not stepsister, is her sister, and I feel like this one really does go really well. But the only thing I have with this, or the only problem I have with this character, which many people disagree with, I think that she was used too much to the point where it was just like when you had to move on to a different character. Because at the end of the season, when she was locked up, she immediately got, at the beginning of the second half of the season, I think it was episode 11, I think it was, she was put in prison, and then immediately at the end of the episode, she broke free. So really, that really annoys me, but many people disagree and say, oh, she was probably the best part about the season, she was the MVP, and I can understand it to an extent where she was a really good character, but really, yeah, I think she was an okay one. The other main sort of villain was Mouse, and I like his character. He had a good role. I feel like they didn't use him as much as what they could have done, but I thought he was a really good character. Not many people talk about him, but I think he deserves more recognition. And the final big bad of the season, which only came into the last 3 episodes, I think it was, that was, of course, Hush, and yeah, I don't need to express my feelings. I bloody loved him. He was amazing in this show. I really do hope we get more Batman villains like this. In terms of the actual main characters of the show, I feel like this is where it shines the most. Kate was really well done, played by Ruby Rose, who left, surprisingly. But yeah, I feel like she did a really good bang up job of it and everything. I don't have any criticisms with her character. Luke, he was a really good character. Again, he was just there. He's amazing. He has purpose for it and all. He goes through a mini story arc, but yeah, it's not too big of a deal. Mary, I feel like she's an okay character when she has to be. Other than that, she can be annoying. And her finding out Batwoman in season 1, I feel like that was the biggest mistake of her character because they didn't hint at it, anything like that. They just went straight into it, and she just came out not going all through. Oh, is Kate Batwoman? Just go straight up and say, "Oh, are you Batwoman?" And the last two main characters was Sophie, which I don't like her. Me personally, I feel like the actress can't act. I know that she probably can. She had a lot more time to do with it. If this is her first thing to do, then well done. But still, you should have a better role, better action thing. And yeah, all the storylines were just meh, like very basic and very cliche of a lesbian thing. The last main character, which is Jacob Kane, I really do like him. Yeah, I like him. Not in that sense, but like, you know what I mean. I feel like he's a really good character, and the actor who played him was really well, or good. For the first half of the season, I feel like was very good. It really set up the show and also set up the theme of the show, where it's going to be a dark, gritty, violent TV show. But wasn't too extreme like Swamp Thing or Titans or Doom Patrol. It had a very grounded TV show until it ran into the problems of Crisis, but we're not talking about that just yet. But it really does set up a good rogue villains as well. It sets up all the story arcs for later in the season. It does a really good job. For back half, um, the back half of the season was where it slowly went down, but then had a major rise, I would say, in my opinion, because the first half or the second half of the season was where it felt lost in a sense where like it tried to it had to work around Crisis, where it needed to pull in things and make it so that it was had like a major effect on the show, and it did that in probably the poorest way it could have, but it still served a purpose to a sense of like storytelling. But everything about the first half wasn't like terrible or dragging, or well, it was dragging, but like, it was more boring, where it was a very slow burn. And when you get into the second half or the second half of the season, that's when it really picks up with like things like how it's going with like it just really picks up, and I do really enjoy the show, like the second half. But and yeah, it really just showed that you really can have like a dark, gritty TV show that isn't too dark or gritty, but it's still very good and amazing. I really do like this show, and I'm pretty sure others will enjoy it soon enough. And I know with everything that's going on with Ruro's left the show now again, a new Batwoman in with someone who's not even Kate Kane. So yeah, I feel like if this was her last season, or this is like basically the one and only season, then yeah, it feels really short and half done, or half-assed, really. And I feel like there's more to it other than just what we got. And in terms of like how they're setting up for next season, it did a really good job. But in terms of like season finale, it really felt more like a season 2 premiere than a season finale. Episode 19 felt more like a season finale than anything, and I really do like this show, and I can't wait to see what happens in next season. So yeah, that's going to be it for today, guys. If you like this one, please share, like, subscribe, and all that stuff. Good, bye, yo, bye.